Somewhere in rural Siberia, far from any city, a village wakes up the same way it has for 200 years. No shopping malls, no delivery apps, just a garden, a kitchen, and whatever the forest gives. Meet Irina, 58. She runs this house, this kitchen, and this village's food traditions almost entirely on her own. Her husband, Volodya, 61. He does the garden, the wood, and whatever Irina tells him. Their daughter Masha is visiting this week, 32. She lives in the city now. She forgets how much food this house produces. The morning starts at 5. Irina does not use an alarm. The light through the curtain is enough. The pech, the traditional Russian clay stove. It heats the house. It bakes the bread. It cooks everything. One fire. All day. Today is bread day. Irina makes bread twice a week. The loaves are enormous. The kind of bread that makes you understand why Russians call it sacred. The dough has been rising since midnight. She set it before sleep. By morning, it has doubled. She punches it down without ceremony. It collapses beautifully. She shapes 3 loaves, each one the size of a small child. They go into the peach. The kitchen fills with a smell that has no equal. While the bread bakes, the eggplants. From Irina's garden, picked this morning. Dark purple, firm, the size of your forearm. Stuffed eggplants are a Siberian summer tradition. Every family has the recipe. Every family's recipe is different. Irina's is the correct one. The filling. Minced pork from their own pig. Rice. Onion. Dill from the garden. Tomato. Salt. Pepper. Everything from this property. She fills each eggplant half with her hands, packing it firmly. No recipe card, no measurements. 30 years of this means the hands know exactly. Volodya comes in from the garden at this point. He looks at the filled eggplants. He says nothing. He makes tea. This is their language. The samovar, a brass one. It belonged to Volodya's grandmother. It still works perfectly. It makes better tea than any electric kettle in existence. Tea from a samovar in a Siberian kitchen in the morning, with fresh bread coming from the peach. This is the sentence that explains why people from these villages never really want to leave. Masha helps today. She's remembered by the kitchen. Her hands remember things her city life made her forget. The bread comes out at 10. 3 loaves, dark gold on top. The crust sounds hollow when Irina taps it. It is ready. She wraps them immediately in clean linen cloth, to hold the steam, to soften the crust. She has done this every bread day for 35 years. Masha cuts a slice immediately. Her mother does not stop her. This slice, slightly warm, slightly dense, slightly sour, is what she has missed in the city without knowing it. The eggplants go into the pech after the bread. 3 hours at moderate heat. This is patience cooking. Not fast, not impressive, just correct. While the eggplants cook the garden, Irina harvests every morning. Today, more tomatoes, cucumbers, a bucket of potatoes from one plant. The tomatoes in a Siberian summer are extraordinary, short season, intense sun. The sweetness concentrated by a summer that knows it won't last. Volodya is splitting wood. He does this every day, even in summer. The Siberian winter is always exactly 9 months away. The wood pile is never big enough. The wood pile is a Siberian status symbol. Taller is better. Volodya's is the tallest on the street. He mentions this occasionally. Irina does not disagree. Midday. The village quiets. The heat of the Siberian summer afternoon settles on the birch trees. Inside, the eggplants are nearly done. Irina makes a tomato sauce, fresh tomatoes from this morning's harvest, onion, garlic from the garden, a bay leaf from the jar. Nothing from a shop. The sauce goes over the eggplants for the final 30 minutes. The kitchen becomes something you want to live inside permanently. Volodya appears at the kitchen door exactly when the smell is strongest. He says he came in for water. Nobody believes him. The afternoon brings visitors. In Siberian villages, people come unannounced. There is always enough food. There is always enough room. The women sit at the kitchen table. Tea from the samovar. The bread that just came out this morning. They talk. This is the afternoon currency of a Siberian village. One of the neighbors brings her own stuffed peppers, a kind of village food competition that is never acknowledged as a competition. Irina says they look wonderful. She means it 70%. The stuffed eggplants in the petch are going to be better. Everyone in the kitchen knows this. At 4 in the afternoon, the eggplants come out. The petch door opens. The kitchen stops. She pulls the tray out with both hands. The eggplants are perfect. She knew they would be. She made them. The neighbors stay for dinner. Of course they do. Nobody planned this. Nobody needs to. The table fills. The bread in the center. The eggplants in the center. Pickles from the cellar. Boiled potatoes. Sour cream. Fresh dill. The meal that built this village. Volodya pours. He does not ask what anyone wants. He pours. In a Siberian village, a guest who says no is not believed. The first eggplant is cut. The filling holds. The tomato sauce has gone into the flesh. The rice is perfect. Irina watches everyone's first bite. The neighbor with the stuffed peppers takes a second eggplant. This is the verdict. No words necessary. The bread is torn, not cut. This is the rule at Irina's table. It has always been the rule. The conversation at this table covers the entire village. Who is building what? Whose garden did best this year? What the winter looks like. This is the evening news. Then the surprising meal, the one the title promised. After dinner, pelmeni, made by Masha earlier while her mother was in the garden. 100 of them. Siberian surprise, pelmeni, the Siberian dumpling, minced meat in thin dough, boiled, served with sour cream. This is the dish that defines this region. Masha learned to make pelmeni from her mother, in this kitchen, 20 years ago. The hands still know it even after 10 years in the city. The pelmeni are ready in 8 minutes. They come out of the pot and go straight to the table. A bowl for everyone. Sour cream on top. Simple, complete. Volodya eats 12 pelmeni without speaking. This is the highest compliment he gives. He does not realize Masha is counting. After the meal, tea. Always tea. The samovar never fully cools in this house. It is a perpetual machine. The neighbors leave with bread. Irina wraps a loaf for each of them in linen. They say they do not need it. She gives it anyway. This is how villages stay alive. The kitchen after the guests leave. Dishes, pots, the petch cooling slowly. Masha washes. Volodya dries. Irina sits for the first time since 5 in the morning. Irina is asked what she would change about this life. She thinks about it genuinely. She says, a better potato peeler. She has wanted one for years. Volodya is asked the same. He says nothing needs changing. He has the largest wood pile on the street. His wife makes the best eggplants in the village. What is the problem? Masha is asked when she is moving back. She laughs first. Then she looks at the kitchen, at her mother, at the bread on the table. She does not answer. The evening garden walk. Irina goes every night before dark, checking what is ripe, what needs water, what the birds have been at. She finds tomorrow's eggplants, 3 more that are ready. She picks them. They go on the kitchen counter for morning. Volodya joins her in the garden. He never says he is coming, he just appears. They walk the rows together in silence. This is their evening. The Siberian summer evening is extraordinary. The light at 9 p.m. is still golden. The air smells of pine and garden and the cooling earth. Masha sits on the front step. She's holding a piece of bread. Not eating it, just holding it. She stayed in the kitchen all day. She forgot how good it felt. Inside, the pick is banked for the night. Tomorrow, it will be relit at 5. The bread dough is already set in the bowl under a cloth. The cycle begins again. The village at night. Dogs somewhere in the distance. A single light in a neighbor's window. The forest dark beyond the fence. Irina checks the garden gate before bed. Locks it. Checks the animal pen. Then the petch calls one more time. Then she sleeps. Volodya is already asleep. He fell asleep in his chair. He does this every night. Masha has covered him with a wool blanket. She did this as a child, too. In 30 years, this house has fed hundreds of people. Family, neighbors, strangers who became neighbors. The petch has not been completely cold in 30 years. Tomorrow, Irina will make pirozhki, small stuffed buns. Masha has already been warned. She will help. The kitchen will begin again at 5. A Siberian village kitchen is not a room. It is an institution. It has been running longer than most governments. It requires no subsidy. Masha calls her husband in the city that evening. She tells him the eggplants were extraordinary. She tells him about the pelmeni surprise. She does not mention that she is thinking. Volodya wakes from his chair at 10. He goes to the kitchen. He cuts a piece of bread. He stands at the counter eating it in the dark. This is his private ritual. This village, this kitchen, this bread. This is not the past. This is a parallel present, running alongside the world, feeding itself, asking for nothing. Tomorrow the petch lights at 5. The dough goes in. The bread comes out. The eggplants wait on the counter. And this village keeps going.